This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com.
Well, let's talk about what's next. You know, once Martel's done with the AWA, he says Dino Bravo had part ownership with Gino Brito in the Montreal territory, and he goes to work with Bravo despite hearing some negative things ahead of time about working in the territory and with Dino specifically. But he said he enjoyed it and actually wanted to buy in. And he had some booking experience from working in Hawaii with Peter Maivia. Let's take a time out right there and talk about two things. One, how common was it for one of the quote unquote boys to help with some of the booking in a territory like Peter Maivia let Martel do along the way?
It would really depend on the territory. And a lot of times that, the owner of the territory would either be the booker, but they would bring someone in to help them with the book. For example, Fritz von Erich in Dallas. Fritz booked a lot of his own stuff, but he brought Gary Hart in to book the programs and to bring the talent in and what have you. And guys had their different crews. So if someone had talent or showed initiative in that area, there were a lot of promoters that would say, hey, well, shit, sit down with me and let's write some TV and help me book some of the towns. And who do you know that might fit in and work here real well?
And just like that, they're off to the races, or maybe not so much, because he doesn't actually wind up doing anything here in Montreal, or it doesn't last very long rather, because by early 86, he's headed back to the then WWF. We haven't spent a lot of time talking about Montreal, and I have to admit, until I saw Dark Side of the Ring last year, and I didn't really know very much at all about the territory other than the fact that there was one. What can you share with us about the Montreal territory that maybe we hadn't touched on before?
You know, I really don't know all that much about it. It was just another territory, and there was Toronto, and then there was Montreal, and that was, you know, the French Canadian side of the business up there on the Eastern Canadian side. But it was kind of, how do you say this? They were very territorial.
Right.
They had their guys, and they liked to use the French Canadians are very loyal people, and they love their own.
Right.
And they're very, at least my experience has been, they're very anti-American and anti anyone else that isn't French Canadian.
Well, yeah, maybe not anti, just a huge.
No, they're fucking anti.
Okay. I was trying to help a little bit and say maybe it was just pride of, you know, they're just proud of their country.
They really are. And it's actually it's one of those things that you can't fault them for, because they are proud of their country. But sometimes it can be, if you are an American that does not speak French, and is French Canadian particularly, it was a tough place to be if you didn't have someone with you to kind of grease the wheels, if you will, in French.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.